Good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You can hear me? Oh, okay.
Yeah. You were muted.
Okay.
Hi, everybody.
You're on my left.
Other way.
You're on my right.
There you go.
Well, why'd you make me move over to this side of my screen?
Because you weren't censored enough.
Oh, I see. Good morning.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, and some stuff happened.
Some stuff did happen.
Can you see the stream?
I can. I can see the stream, and I can see you. I thought you said I wasn't going to be able to do that.
Yeah, no, I forgot that I can turn on my webcam so you can technically see me from a different angle. You just can't see me from the same stream angle at the same time.
It looks pretty good. I'm sorry that my camera is crap.
I should drop one of the other webcams in the bag with you actually for you.
Probably a good idea.
Probably would be smart. You wanna start the story while I go drop that in the bag outside?
Sure, guys. I'm somewhere else entirely. I'm in Austin, and last night while making potentially not delicious Oreo snacks, I burnt my hand, and now I have second-degree burns on my hand. I had to go to the urgent care, and the urgent care was a testing facility for COVID, so they were absolutely packed with people sick and coughing in and out. And then my doctor came in, and he started wrapping my hand. He just walked straight in, he started wrapping my hand, and I look up, and he is not wearing a mask, and hadn't been wearing a mask. And he's at a location where everyone who's around him is constantly sick. And he was very close to me. He was breathing all over my face, and I just want to make sure that if I'm sick, I don't get Kyle sick, because then there's no show. But at least there's this kind of show for now, so here I am. Everything went great. Did you wash your face and hands?
Freaking doctor.
No.
I assume you have by now.
Well, I mean, yeah. But, you know. I did my best.
We went to the ER that we went to. It has this
urgent care.
Complete
ERs
urgent
are
care.
Than there.
Yeah, good point. This complete trash bag of a doctor that we've seen there before.
Yeah, he's kind of a terrible person. He's been a problem multiple times.
Those stream sounds are way louder when I have headphones on.
Really? But we're here. We made it, I guess.
Yeah. So we're we're not gonna do episode 50 tomorrow because we don't want to do it like this.
No. We'll wait till next week.
So we're gonna have an episode 55 special on the following Wednesday instead.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
So yeah, that's what we're looking at. So yeah, hopefully this is working all right. This episode, we tried to get it set up yesterday, and it seems to be working all right. If anything sounds weird or anything needs like slight adjustment, feel free to let us know. Allison sacrificed herself for the sake of making Oreos for today's show, though. God damn it, and I'm gonna eat them.
Well, okay, so we still have our snack boxes coming in, but they're not coming until later this month. So we had 3 Mondays that I had to figure out what to do food for. So I ordered in some stuff, and I made either discontinued or highly unpopular Oreo flavors from the past by hand making them, and
which is brilliant, and she did a great job. They all look.
Well, you don't know that. You haven't tasted.
Well, okay, sorry. You did though. You made the base Oreo just cream filling by yourself, and that I couldn't tell the difference when you gave them to me.
That's true.
So I know we started from the correct point. I won't know how these compare to the official published Oreo flavors of whatever these things are, or how I'll be able to tell them apart because I can't see colors. But hopefully Allison can help me out.
I can't really see them, so I'm excited. There's a few that I know are going to be disgusting, and I'm here for it. So good. I was expecting to do it with you, but shucks.
No, I was gonna ask you what all the flavors are, but we should just do them in order. I think you should just have. I'll pick one. and I'll try to describe it, and then you'll have to tell me which one you think that is.
I'm pretty sure I'll be able to do this.
Okay.
So yeah, good luck. I'm really excited. I burnt people are asking. I burnt my hand because I was making Swedish fish Oreo flavor, and I didn't actually get to attempt all of the different ways that I was going to do that. So I had to stop early, and then I got home and I was just able to throw together the rest of them with a burnt hand. But it was the first one I was making, so I had some ideas for how to do this, but I didn't get to accomplish all of my plans. So it's mostly just melted down Swedish fish between an Oreo.
See, Koshek the hovering cat says, "Oh no, they're green," and I couldn't tell they were green, but now I know.
They're not green. None of them.
There aren't any green ones.
No.
Maybe you're also colorblind, or maybe the camera just doesn't translate it well.
None of them are green.
I thought I saw one comment up here somewhere. Allison also took the iPad, so I'm trying to use my laptop on the, which somehow is worse than the iPad on trying to navigate Twitch stream chat.
I need to figure out how to wash this hand. That's what I keep having problems with, because every time I try to shower, everyone tells me to put a bag over it, so I haven't been able to wash this hand. Since a doctor breathed COVID all over it, so I just have to keep it as far away from me as possible at all times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Somebody said we should just call the episode, the anniversary episode 50 still, which I kind of agree with. We should make tomorrow's episode should be episode 55.
It's a countdown, yeah.
And then we'll just switch it, and just in the order forever, it'll just be episode 55. It'll go 49, 55, 51, 52, 53, 54, 50, and then continue as normal.
It's kind of a classic door monster move, anyway.
That's true. We are known for doing this. Anyway, yeah, all right. It's what it's 8:10. We actually started roughly on time today somehow. So
yeah. Well, it's because we put in even more effort.
I guess let's dive in, huh?
Let's do it. I'm excited. What you drinking today, Kyle?
I got my chestnut tea. Trying to wake myself up because
very nice.
Sleeping was difficult.
Very nice.
Me and Allison are too pathetically adorable and can't sleep without each other nearby, so we both didn't sleep well.
Kyle and I have not been apart for longer than what's got to be like 8 or 12 hours in 3 years. So this is the first time we've ever had to be separated.
Yeah, I guess so.
From each other.
Was there ever? Did we like? I guess there just wasn't. Was there? There hasn't been any point in time where one of us was gone even overnight. Like, has that happened at all in 3 years?
I don't think so.
Well. We're making it work.
All right, let's dive into these Oreos.
All right, I'm gonna pick out this one, which I assume, based on its unwillingness to let go of the other cookies, is the Swedish fish one.
Does it look like it's red and chewy in the inside?
Yeah.
All right.
So this is an actual flavor of Oreo that existed at one time.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously had a cream filling, but when my first attempt was combining the melted Swedish fish with the Oreo cream, and I tasted it, and it actually, I feel like I did something really bad because I've never felt like I knew I was being poisoned up until I tried that. So I did not use that method for this, and I was unable to test other methods, so this is what we got.
So this is just Swedish fish crammed into two Oreo cookies, then?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, let's give it a shot. I assume I can probably picture what this is going to taste like, but the two textures do not go together.
Oh, I'm shocked. Kyle has a really bad sense of not only sight but smell, which affects his taste really dramatically. So,
but texture, I get all of it.
He can do texture, but taste-wise, he's not going to be the most. He's not going to be the most.
That's true.
What was the right word? Helpful Oreo connoisseur. So we'll see.
So it isn't disgusting, actually.
Yeah,
I've never been like a huge fan of Swedish fish.
I love Swedish fish. Well,
the texture combo is weird. because the cookie crumbles to pieces before the fish is gone. But obviously, in the actual one, it's a cream filling.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's mostly just sugar. Like, it just kind of tastes like a big blob of sugar for the most part.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There's like a little bit of chocolate in there, but it's like it doesn't. It's not like ew, gross. Those flavors don't go together. It's actually it's essentially just two different sugar tastes, kind of.
Yeah, I
together.
bet that's better than the original Oreo, because the original one, they made the Swedish fish into a cream filling, and
that does sound worse than what I just ate, actually.
Yeah, I probably don't think that went over well. It's a very unliked flavor. But that one's just candy between some Oreo.
Now, I'm not going to finish it. so like
there's a lot of Oreos on that plate.
Yeah, it's not gross, but it's not appealing either. That is my first review on the Swedish fish Oreo.
1 out of 10. Where does that Oreo exist?
That's well, I guess baseline, what is an actual Oreo? An actual Oreo is 10 out of 10, obviously. Oreos are the best.
Yeah, easily. That's why we can eat 50 of them.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably a solid 5 out of 10. Because I feel like less than 5 is like, that's actually like getting gross. Over 5 is, this is worth continuing to eat. That is actually just right in the middle of like, just not really worth either opinion.
All right.
Kind of like Swedish fish.
You don't like
Fight
Swedish?
me. No, I said kind of like Swedish fish.
Ooh. I'm not even there to protect you. Mistakes were made. All right.
Double checking the chat just to see if you have chat open.
Yeah. I can see everything.
Yeah, for anybody just showing up, long story short, Allison burned her hand in molten Swedish fish, and had to go to a doctor who turned out to be a massive douchebag who'd been treating COVID patients all day and wasn't wearing a mask and breathed all over her. So for the sake of preventing me from also potentially catching something that she might have, she has gone to her mom's house temporarily.
Yeah. Kyle and I are both like, we're in this weird range of might really be negatively impacted by COVID or probably not going to be a big deal.
Right.
Because I might have some sort of immune compromise system. We're unsure. There's really good reason to indicate that I do based on my reaction to certain foods and life in general. And Kyle has a history of asthma. So, could be really bad, or it could totally not be a thing because we could all be making it up and nothing matters anymore. But
and probably best to not find out either way. So
here we are, separated for the first time. All right.
I'm gonna do. I want to say, since you said there wasn't green, I think this is yellow.
Is it like a bright yellow color? Okay.
Yes.
All right.
What is this? Should I taste it and say what I think it is first?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. I am definitely at a disadvantage in this particular challenge because, like you said, I'm not good at tasting.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, and I'm gonna see if you can figure it out. That's birthday cake.
Okay. I was gonna say it's a distinct flavor, but I can't exactly recognize what it is.
Yeah.
Why is it yellow?
So the extract for cake batter is yellow. And
okay.
I don't know how they don't get everything else to be yellow, or maybe I just put in like a fuck ton of cake batter extract, but it exists as a thing and it makes things taste like birthday cake battery kind of stuff. So I could have also put a bunch of like gluten-free birthday cake stuff in there, but I decided to just use the extract. So
it's not bad. I would probably put that at like a 6 or maybe a 7 out of 10.
It's just sugar, right?
It's too sweet, actually, is the problem. It's actually too much.
Weirdly, for that one, there's no extra sugar. The extract doesn't have sugar in it either. I don't know how extracts work, but
yeah,
no
the flavor is very strong. is the main problem. It's but you know what? I could see like a more finely tuned version of this, probably like closer to the actual one that got made. Probably was really, really good.
Yeah, probably
so I'll say
was.
this like this cookie in particular, like 6.5 out of 10. But like how I perceive the actual birthday cake cookie, probably closer to like 8 or 9, based on this.
Also, a lot of these flavors went on the vanilla Oreo cookies. But one, I don't think those are Oreos, and two, I didn't buy those.
Wait, say that last part again.
A lot of the flavors that exist there belonged on the vanilla, the white Oreo.
Oh, okay.
And I don't think those are Oreos. That's a different thing. That's a cookie. That's a sandwich cookie or whatever. That's an Oreo. So, and also I didn't buy those, so they're going on chocolate cookies.
Okay.
Also,
interesting.
I'm really enjoying chat. Like occasionally people jump in and be like, "Where's Allison? Why is it different?" And the story for what happens gets more and more convoluted.
It just gets telephoned down the line.
It started off as like, "Oh, Allison burned her hand and had to go to the ER, and then the doctor was dealing with COVID patients," and now it's just like Allison got her hand burnt and the doctor's a dick. I'm excited to see the next level of this.
Yeah, where does this story end up?
It gets better and better each time. All right, so birthday cake, 6.5, right?
Yeah. I'll put it like 6. I'll put that one in particular at like a 6.5, maybe 7. Maybe I'll generously say 7. It depends on how much you like sweet.
It's probably one of the best ones on the plate. I didn't try any of them. I was expecting to try them today, so
yeah.
Just mail them to me.
Just mail them. I'll just dump the rest in the bag for John to bring you.
Perfect.
All right, I'm gonna pick. So this one looks weird.
Okay.
It's kind of runny. It's not really sticking. Do you know which one this is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is the Oreo wet?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Should it be?
No, I messed up.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna like this one. I'm pretty sure, but let me give it a shot. 0 out of 10 for the texture. That's terrible. No, that's just...
Yeah.
That's like melted ice cream in the middle of 2 Oreos. Except I don't know what it is.
That might be, and I think it probably is, the fruit punch flavor. Which, again, is supposed to be much more of an icing. However, I was down a hand by the time I got back to create a lot of these flavors, so... That's fruit punch. Can you taste it?
So the actual, like, the taste... I would say the taste is pretty similar to the Swedish Fish, actually. It's just kind of like sugar... Like, fruity sugar in the middle in between 2 chocolate pieces. Yeah. Were the Swedish Fish or the fruit punch, were those on chocolate Oreos to begin with, or were they on vanilla Oreos?
I believe the Swedish Fish was... What was the other one you asked?
This one, the fruit punch.
I think that was on a vanilla one, and I think the Swedish Fish was on a chocolate one.
I bet they would match better on vanilla ones. That would make more sense.
That's a different cookie. When you think of an Oreo, you don't think of a vanilla cookie. I
agree.
Like shortbread or something. So that shit ain't Oreos.
Chocolate and like fruity sugar are a weird combo of flavors. Not a bad combo of flavors necessarily. They don't match very well. Chocolate's very like earthy tasting.
I've been keeping up with the stories of my hand, and I'm really enjoying a lot of them. Where there was one that I really liked.
Allison's hand was vaporized by molten Swedish Fish, and when she went to the hospital for treatment, the doctor French kissed a COVID patient and then licked Allison's eyeball, so now she's quarantined.
That was really good. Also, it feels truest to my experience. I liked Allison's hand was chopped off by a fire demon, and a mad scientist injected her with liquid disease.
You guys are great. The one I read was Namnex. Credit to you for that one, because that was fantastic.
These feel like what felt like actually happened. Like
right.
Describing what it was like in my brain. But what?
I love our audience. They're great.
Yeah, they are fantastic. Allison was challenged to an Agni Kai and won, but not without injury. And the doctor she went to was a traitor who tried to poison, kill her, and Kyle by association. So she went into hiding to save herself and possibly Kyle. Also feels very accurate. I like that the fish challenged me to the Agni Kai. I still won. Like, I threw them in a pot of boiling water, but they asked for it.
Okay.
All right, what do we got next?
That was, how many did I do? Did that one, did that one, did that one.
There's definitely an element of missing here, since I'm just like staring at you eating cookies.
Yeah,
I'm actually staring at the audience while you eat cookies.
Okay. So this one looks gross.
Okay, I can't see it.
I would describe it as somewhere in the orange spectrum, potentially. It's very lumpy. It looks like it is hardened into something.
Lumpy, huh?
Looks
here,
chunky, probably is the right word.
Okay, here, let me...
Not sure if that's a better word than wet.
Bring it closer to your camera, actually. Okay.
Can you tell which one that is?
No. I don't even remember all the flavors I did.
I have 4 left. I have one that looks one that's like pink, one that's a smooth white, one that's a chunky white, and then one that is like orange or yellow or something. Okay.
I do know what that is.
Okay. All right, let's give it a shot then. No. No. No to that.
Yeah.
What is that?
That was their beloved buffalo wing flavor.
No. Why?
I'm really impressed that you can't even tell what it is, but I guess it's unfair because it's between 2 cookies and full of icing.
My brain is not like searching for that as an answer.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That one I don't know if they put in the regular or not. Let me look it up.
Oh, I got Sky Vault cake flashbacks on that one. That was not good.
That one is between the chocolate Oreos, and I believe it was popular somewhere that isn't America.
1, 0 to 10. Never that one.
But I believe that one was real.
Seriously?
Yeah, I believe that was a real flavor.
Oh my god. Why would anyone do that?
There was also...
Unless they had a stupid morning show and were running out of ideas.
There was also a wasabi flavor that I did not make.
Thank you. I assume that's only because we didn't have wasabi, but thank you.
It is, and I didn't really want to buy it because I was never going to use it for anything else.
Ugh.
So, you'll always have that memory.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry that it was chunky. None of them are actually supposed to be chunky. But again...
It was somehow colder than the other ones, too. It was really weird. I bit into it, and it was, like, noticeably a different temperature.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Alright. Well, the rest of these look more like sugar colors, so hopefully that's a good sign.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going with the with sort of the chunkier white one. Hold that up so people can see it. It's not smooth.
Idea.
There's 2 white ones. One is smooth and one is kind of crumbly looking.
Okay.
There's 3 left. So by process of elimination, it's the ones we haven't done yet. It's the 2 that aren't pink.
Yeah. That's okay, we'll wait.
That one's fine. That one tastes mostly just like an Oreo.
Okay. There might be one regular one.
Is it? Okay, well that might be what I just ate then.
That was the smoother one?
No.
Okay, that might actually be the regular one then. I don't remember. Something
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Regular Oreo is perfect.
Something went into the smooth one, but I don't remember what it was. I think it was probably a regular Oreo.
I approve of standard Oreo.
I think I left one in there for us.
So far, standard Oreo still wins.
Oh, someone said blue cheese. It would have been a good idea.
That would have been. I would have recognized that. That taste is like instantly recognizable above anything else. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so now the other white one that isn't the regular one, apparently.
I guess so. Yeah.
No, it ain't. God, my brain just does not recognize flavors.
Is it lemon?
Is that an option?
I don't remember.
What do you mean you don't remember? How do you not know what you made?
So I had a bunch of things out on the counter, and I used them, but there was one that I ended up not using, and I don't remember if it was lemon or the other one, and the other one is what I can't remember.
Did the other one make it pink? Do you remember what they?
No.
I don't think it's lemon. Maybe it could be lemon just mixed with Oreo cream, and that's why it tastes weird.
You said it tastes bad?
Weird.
Was it sardines, Allison? That's what it was.
It's not awful. I don't like it.
It's probably lemon. I wish I could remember, but you probably cleaned the kitchen already, right?
No.
You didn't clean the kitchen?
No.
Oh, well then all this stuff should be out there still.
Destroyed it. I'm not gonna go go find the ingredient that was in this. I guess we could assume it's lemon. There's definitely like a sour taste to it, but it also still tastes like Oreo cream, which makes sense because I assume you mixed the lemon in with the Oreo cream.
Pantherelio says lemon and vanilla Oreos are the best. Those ain't Oreos. Those are lemon vanilla.
That one's
spit bucket.
That one's definitely not the worst of the worst, but I still don't want more of them.
Fair enough. Absolutely totally fair. Is there a kitchen sink Oreo? I should have done sink water Oreo. That would have been great.
What would that even be?
It would be like dirty dishes, not just like sink water. That's just water.
Sure.
The most popular Oreo flavor of all time. Sink water.
All right, I got one more of these.
All right.
This one's pink. Let's just get it over with. Here it is.
Let's hear it.
The cream doesn't super stay in on all these, but that's okay.
No.
That just tastes like strawberry.
It's strawberries.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one's not bad.
Yeah.
That
How
one
about
works.
the texture?
It's too runny. Like it's not the cream isn't stiff enough. But
yeah.
But like I could see the actual one working well. So yeah, I'd give that like a probably about a that one right there. Like your cookie, I'd probably give like a 7 out of 10. I'd give it higher if it didn't all squish out of the cookie when I tried to eat it. But
very fair. Again, I had big plans for these things. I was going to cook out the strawberries and make it a whole thing, but instead, I'm right-handed, and this is the one that cannot do nearly as much. So I left-handedly made all of these Oreos with methods that I would not recommend to literally anyone.
So yeah, I'd say out of the ones that you made, aside from the original Oreo, which you did actually hand make the cream. The strawberry one, out of this specific batch, the strawberry one was the best.
Beautiful.
I think made in a professional Oreo factory somewhere, I'd probably like the birthday cake one best. Because that one's just like regular Oreos, but with like a little bit of extra zest to it.
Those are on the vanilla cookie, though.
That's a dumb decision.
Yeah.
Those should definitely be on the chocolate one.
No one ever buys the vanilla one. I remember going over to a friend's house and they were the people that had the vanilla cookies, and I was like, what happened to you? What happened to you that this, you went to go buy Oreos and you picked up the vanilla ones? Who hurt you?
The only reason I'd get the vanilla ones is for the the Swedish Fish or the Punch one. But then again, that would be a different cookie. That's not an Oreo anymore, because then you swapped out both parts. So it definitely isn't an Oreo. It's just an Oreo-shaped cookie that tastes like a different thing.
People are saying that I was attempting to kill you, but I was going to eat all of these. Hopefully you don't get sick.
We still got one of each. You are eating these when you get back.
After actually, I was worried because after I mixed the Swedish Fish with the cream, I thought, wow, maybe this could lead to poison, because I was unsure about what they put in the Oreo cream. Since it's all manufactured in a large factory, it's never just sugar. It's always more things. So I made my own icing, and then I put the Oreos in it, the Oreo cream in the icing that I made to make it taste more like Oreo cream, but very significantly less. So if it is poison, it's a little less poison than it was.
Well, congrats. Congrats on making Oreos.
I've done my best.
Oh my god, the freaking the buffalo sauce one was the worst. I can't believe you did that.
Yeah, that sounds pretty horrendous. I was never gonna think of that one. They made that a real flavor, so that's what I did.
Yeah, that's terrible. That was. We should do. I really would like to do Pringles sometime. If we could somehow get like all the weird discontinued Pringles flavors, if we could get our hands on those.
I love all Pringles. I don't think I've ever met a Pringle I didn't like.
Have you ever had the grilled shrimp Pringle?
No.
I'm telling you, there are flavors you've never heard of.
I would love this. Maybe we'll do this next time.
Me and Reed spent a day looking at Pringles flavors one day back in our childhood.
I'm ready for this. I will allow grilled shrimp Pringles to exist in my life. All Pringles are good Pringles.
They're pink.
The Pringles are pink?
Yeah.
You know, they don't have to be, so they do.
I know.
That's crazy. I'll eat a pink shrimp Pringle, no problem.
All right, let me see if Matt's awake.
Ooh, can we also have Matt on?
All right, I believe I have set this up so that we can also have Matt on.
Phoenix Rising says Kyle is the Pringle, Allison is the nacho cheese dip to go with it.
What?
They either hate us or don't know what a Pringle is.
What is every part of that sentence?
They either think we really don't go together as a couple, or they've never met a Pringle in their life.
I can't tell if my stomach hurts or if my brain is just preemptively preparing my stomach for what's coming.
It was a lot of sugar and a lot of things that shouldn't go into sugar. So
it's true, but I took little bites of each one. Like, it probably was like 2 Oreos total that I ate.
I'm super annoyed because I ordered the fruit punch and a watermelon flavor in the powder Kool-Aid version, which I would have been able to mix in really well. We would have gotten flavors without having liquid Oreo filling, but I didn't. They didn't bring me those, so
that sucks.
Yeah,
it definitely would have helped. Like, some of it was definitely worse because it was like liquid, but it wouldn't have helped all of them.
Phoenix Rising says, "What? I have Pringles in England. They go great with cheese."
What do you...
They must be thinking something else.
Do you call something else Pringles, or do they make Pringles differently somewhere else? I can't imagine putting a Pringle with cheese. What kind of cheese? Like, not like queso, because I know there isn't queso in England.
English Pringle. Is it real? No, they look the same there.
Because I'm picturing, like, dipping, like, Pringles into queso.
That's what I'm picturing too, but
that's not what they're talking about, because I know for a fact England doesn't have queso.
Oh, I know for a fact. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, they don't have cheese. They don't have queso, so I don't know what they can do. But also, Pringles cannot withhold the weight of cheese.
Yeah, they're incredibly fragile. Maybe just like melting like shredded cheese over them, or like I don't understand what this snack is.
Phoenix Rising, you've stumped us both. We're forever confused by this. Ghost of Barrow says they don't have queso.
Oh, you know what? I haven't had in a long time.
They don't have Mexicans.
I really want kolaches. That's true. They don't have Mexicans.
Ooh, yeah, that sounds good. Kolaches sound amazing. Every time I eat any sugar, I immediately want something like savory. afterwards.
Yeah.
But then every time I eat something savory, I want something sweet.
I was gonna say my entire life is just me attempting to balance out my taste buds by just rubber banding back and forth between two foods.
This is why I'm overweight. It's got to be like 60% of it. Westeros says the kind of nightmarish hellscape doesn't have queso.
Most of the world.
True. Yeah,
they might think they do, but they do not. Allison tried to get queso in Rhode Island once, and it didn't work.
That was seriously the worst moment of my life. We went to the best rated Mexican restaurant in the entire state because people were raving about it in Rhode Island. And we got there, and the food was the worst I've ever had. But then also I was like, do you guys have queso? And they just looked at me, and they were like, what is queso? And I was like, it's a bowl of melted cheese.
It's your job.
And they were like,
Learn.
oh, we can do that. So they brought me a bowl of melted mozzarella cheese, which congeals into a single mozzarella frisbee covered in oil. And they were like, here you go. And I had to pay for it. Because I asked for a bowl of melted cheese.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, it's just they don't like in England, they don't have Mexican food places because there aren't really Mexican people in England very much. Like, there might be a couple, but it's just not common enough.
Do all these people live in the South? How do you guys know what queso is? It doesn't exist everywhere in the U.S. Well, there's definitely a commercialized queso. Like, you can get like Velveeta cheese and like make some version of queso, and there's Mexican restaurants that like sell queso. It's just not really the same thing outside of like southern U.S. or Mexico. Yep. Wandering Wig Mallory says, what is Rhode Island hell? I mean, well, okay, so...
Rhode Island is very nice. It's just very far away from Mexico. I still have...
So what Rhode Island could not make up... what Rhode Island made up for not having queso, they had some of the best Italian Cajun seafood food I've ever had in my entire life. But nothing was queso.
I think wasn't there like a John Mulaney bit that starts with like, so me and my wife were in Rhode Island doing white people stuff. That's a pretty good summary of Rhode Island.
Yeah, I mean, things to do in Rhode Island to go look at other people's mansions.
Right. Right.
Wander around other people's beaches. The people that live in the mansions have the beaches. Go wander around the whitest city in the world, Newport, which is where the white people mansions are, and then Providence. Which is fine.
If you want to be scandalous, be part of the mafia because that's where they are.
That's actually true. Rhode Island is almost entirely run by the mafia. I don't live there anymore.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I remember like one of my favorite things that I never tried was I went on my trip to Scotland. I was just walking around like downtown Edinburgh by myself and passed by a restaurant that was labeled Dallas barbecue, and I was like,
where was that?
No. No, it ain't. In Edinburgh, Scotland.
Oh, got in.
I do not believe you. I should have gone in. I really wish I had, actually. I assume I was too busy enjoying Scotland to go see how bad they were at making barbecue.
We went on a trip. We did like a big UK tour with my parents growing up, and it was one of them like really rich, fancy white people things where we get like on a bus with a bunch of 80-year-olds and we like go around and we like go to pubs, and so we ate for like a whole week different variations of potatoes and haggis for like an entire week, and we were so sick of eating that food that we started wandering around what I think was Edinburgh, and we found an American restaurant. It was called like American Burgers or something like that.
Okay.
So we wandered in, and it looked like if England tried to figure out how to do like Chili's. It was like a pub, but it looked like a real pub.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of like Chili's. They had like American like posters and like Marilyn Monroe and Elvis and that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Like, the attempt was solidly made, and it was the worst, best food we've all ever eaten. Like I do not think. It's the worst food I've ever had in my entire life, but it was the best thing I had ever had because it wasn't haggis again. It's very hard to explain, but they managed to mess up everything that makes a burger and fries, and it's fine that they did this, but it's one of my worst, best food experiences of all time.
This reminds me of my
Dr. Pepper, which was like, why would he do that?
Yeah.
But he attempted to drink Dr. Pepper in Edinburgh.
Well, it's not like it was a they're not making it there, right? Like, it should still be the same Dr. Pepper. They just ship it in.
No, actually, most of the United States doesn't have Dr. Pepper either.
But when they do have it, they're not, like, crafting it from scratch, are they?
No, I think they're probably using, like, weird equivalents of, which will never taste the same. It's like,
Sure.
yeah, people think you can go to a restaurant and order a Coke and it's okay to bring you a Pepsi. People think
That's
that's
true.
allowed. So.
That reminds me of my one of my favorite Ask Reddit threads, which was somebody asked like other non-American countries, do you have American food restaurants, and what kind of food do they serve? And one of the top posts was somebody from Australia responded, "We have them here. They mostly just serve like steak and burgers and stuff." And then the original poster responded, "That's interesting. We have the same restaurants, but we say they're from Australia."
Oh yeah, the Outback.
Yeah, like Outback Steakhouse and stuff.
I like this comment. Lockwolf said, "Never had Texas queso. However, we have a great restaurant that will not serve you mozzarella."
That
So I approve.
is a plus. I think somehow we're starting fights in the chat. I haven't really been watching, but it looks like people are.
Ice Arc Sage says Mr. Pibb is a superior drink to Dr. Pepper. Weirdly, everyone in my family agrees. Despite loving Dr. Pepper, they think Mr. Pibb is the end all be all, but it's actually less common than Dr. Pepper in Texas, so they get Dr. Pepper.
I actually have no stake in the soda fight at all. I've never really liked soda that much.
Ghost of a Rose says, well, to be fair, Pepsi is superior to Coke, and I, for whatever reason, am not logged into my own account to ban that person immediately. So for now, they are spared, but that's definitely a warning. They can push their luck. They probably don't understand the wrath that has already existed between me and the Pepsi people.
So Matt is not responding. We can have Matt on, but he's just not responding.
No.
So we could call someone else, or we could do headlines. What do you think?
I definitely have headlines.
Okay. Well, we
But-
have another 15 minutes.
All right, let's do some headlines then.
Cool.
Drayon is on the side of God by not accepting that Pepsi is in any way. Pepsi not only isn't better than Coke, it's the bane of my existence. Like Pepsi is
like
the equivalent to putting a giant 50-foot straw into sewage water and just deciding to drink that also.
All right.
Pepsi is like waking up at 4 a.m. when you didn't want to on a weekend when you could have slept in, and the way you woke up is that someone punched you in the face. Pepsi is only all of the worst things that anyone could ever experience in their life.
I feel like both of these opinions are really extreme.
No. This
Isn't
is just
Pepsi-
how people understand what Pepsi is. I'm just explaining a common understanding of Pepsi to Ghost of a Rose, who
Pepsi is
clearly
just
is lacking.
it's just like Plankton versus Mr. Krabs, right? Like Pepsi is just perpetually second best to Coca-Cola.
That's a great
pretty much
example because Krusty Krab is one of the best restaurants ever that serves the most amazing burgers, and Plankton works at the Chum Bucket and has never served a single bit of food in his life that isn't literal chum from the bottom of the ocean. So yeah, I feel like that's a really good comparison between the differences of Coke and Pepsi for sure. I feel like you've nailed it, Kyle. So some headlines.
Cool. Sounds good.
I think people in chat are talking about how chocolate isn't real chocolate in the U.S., which is accurate.
That is actually true. Yeah, I never realized. I used to really like eating the pieces of Halloween candy as we gave them out on Halloween, and then I went and ate chocolate in another country, and now I don't like chocolate anymore. It kind of sucks.
I
don't like American chocolate because it's not the same.
Chocolate has only ever tasted sort of like vomit to me. I've never really understood it. I've never really understood the hype around it.
People used to. Well, I've heard people say oh, I ate chocolate. Like once you've had European chocolate, you can't eat American chocolate anymore. And it always sounded so pretentious. And so I tried to hold off. I was like, no, it's still fine for a while. But and then I went a second time to England, and I was like, this just not the same thing. This is just so much better over here.
I remember Devin said most people enjoy Pepsi more than Coke when they are unbranded. So one, no. But two, I remember the first time I ever
What do you
had
mean no?
I mean, no. I mean, he didn't do anything. He just said some lies. I can just like spout things back. But I remember the first time I ever had Pepsi, and the actual flavor profile of Pepsi compared to other soft drinks is chemicals. Pepsi tastes exactly like someone peed in a Coke. Or
to me, they all just taste like chemicals. They just all taste like battery acid.
They do. That's true. I don't like sodas to begin with, but some of them taste more like sugar than they taste like battery acid. But Pepsi's flavor profile is like acidic aspartame.
They just want you to really get that acid taste out of there. They don't have as much sugar in there to dilute the battery acid flavor.
Devin says, Allison, what did Pepsi do to you when you were young? It existed. I had to try it. It was the worst thing I've ever experienced. And then I like left the shelter of my own home where people went, Pepsi is better than Coke. And I thought, this is where the activism starts in my life. So, here we are with some headlines.
Let's do a headline. Lean to your right more. You're out of frame.
Perfect. All right.
There we go.
Let's see. What is this one? I do have one headline that I didn't post, but I do remember it. Okay.
So this is now a Today I Learned headline as remembered by Allison about an hour later.
It's true. This is what this one is.
Okay.
So America, they considered actually naming America Fredonia. And named after
Fredonia.
Freedom. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It would have been named after like the term freedom, and then the civilians would have been Fredonians.
When you say almost, like, I just immediately got the scene of that one guy at the Founding Fathers meeting going like, I think we should name it after freedom. And they're like, cool, noted. Sit down, please.
There's no way to tell, but I feel like that's just as possible as a group consensus, because I wasn't there and history is really unclear in the things that matter. Like, we retain that fact, but it's really important how it even got brought up. Like, was that guy who thought that idea, was his name Fred? That matters. But no one, they left that information out. If his name was Alan, then I'm less suspicious, but
somebody going, we should name our country after the word freedom, and everybody else going, okay, and trying to ignore him is actually really the best, most true start to this country. So so there's also like, what was I gonna say? Oh well, yeah, okay. So if you're gonna name your country after freedom, then call it Fredonia. Yeah, but is that not what you're trying? Is that what you're saying? Is there one E in the word? It's one E. Fredonia. That's Fred. That's not freedom. That's that's being named after a guy named Fred. Probably why I was shot down. Like, think about how bad the first guy messed up this pitch by getting it wrong. He was like, Fredonia after freedom, and everyone was like, no, Fred, that's the worst idea. Like, we're uninterested in this. And he's like, no, okay, I meant Fredonia. And they're like, we already hate it. You already made us hate the first one, so it's over. Devin said Fredonia is a small town in Kansas. There you go. So somebody used it. Was Kansas Kansas wasn't one of the first colonized states, right? No, it was way too far somewhere else. Who knows where Kansas is? But the original colonies are only along the East Coast. I think I have chat fighting over like 3 different things. Yeah, we have an interesting chat today. There's chocolate. There's a chocolate conversation, and there's like the Coke conversation. It's all good. I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. All right, what's an actual headline that we have written down? An actual headline. Today I learned that for thousands of years, I'm going to say this wrong, but, to be expected, the Bajau people of Southeast Asia have engaged in breath-holding diving, causing them to evolve larger spleens. The larger reservoir of oxygenated red blood cells was helping them to become some of the world's best free divers. So, breath hold. So they're just really good at holding their breath. Is that? Yeah, but they evolved to do so because of thousands of years of holding their breath while diving. Interesting. I'm curious to know how that developed, because that would imply that like ones that couldn't hold their breath that long were at a disadvantage in some way, like they died, or they were kept from passing their genes along.
This is why I don't understand evolution, and kind of why the giraffe thing doesn't make any sense to me, because it's like, did the giraffes could have just stayed small and ate different plants and evolved that way and could have been totally fine, but instead they got long necks?
Well, the giraffe one's actually a pretty good, easy example of how it works. It's, God, thank you, but but ow.
What happened?
We got a
we got a sub.
Yeah, there
Much
we go.
appreciated.
We got a follow. Thank you to NPC Yen. But yeah, we so like the giraffe example, the really simplified version of like how a giraffe, how a horse becomes a long horse.
Yeah.
She decided to try the Oreos. Is
I have my equivalent here.
basically imagine you have like a group of horses essentially, and
Yeah.
they eat stuff off of bushes, and all the food gets eaten off of the lower bushes, and so it's higher up, and so the only ones that get to eat food are the ones that have just through some mutation or some slight variance in their physical appearance have slightly longer necks than the other ones, right?
Yeah.
So they can reach the food. It's like, I'm taller than you,
But why didn't they
Essentially.
just eat the food at the bottom?
because the bottom food is gone. Let's say
Why would it have been gone? They could have eaten it.
let me put this in a little bit more relatable terms. Let's say there's a group of people, and 80% of them are you and can't reach the top shelf where the cereal is, but the other 20% are me, and I can.
Yeah.
So,
This makes sense.
God damn it, that was loud. I don't know how to turn that down.
Just deal with it. Just
Ice
suffer
Arc
consequences if
Sage
you like.
gifted a 1-month tier sub to Pufflemaster. That's very
Oh,
nice.
nice.
But yeah, so like all the Allisons can't
Right.
they use up all the food on the bottom shelves and then can't get any more on the top shelves. But the Kyles are tall enough and they can reach the cereal on the top shelves. So you starve to death while I can keep getting my cereal because I'm mean and I don't share with you.
Why would I starve to death? I ate all the bottom shelf food.
Right, but now it's gone and you don't have access to anything else. But I also have the top shelf food. I have bottom and top
Stops
shelf
you
because
from
I'm
eating
tall.
all the top shelf food.
Huh?
What stops you from eating all the top shelf food?
There's less of me.
Okay.
And I also get access to your bottom shelf food, so I contribute to you dying and also to me living.
This makes sense.
And
Oh,
then,
I'm
because
sure
there's less of you, there's now more of me, because I, in this analogy, also, I can reproduce by budding like SpongeBob. And so
Well,
now there's...
This is not where I thought this headline was going to lead. I was going to talk about how I was surprised that the thing that they developed to breathe better underwater for longer was a spleen and not like bigger lungs.
Yeah, I didn't know the spleen played a part in holding your breath. That is actually interesting news.
It doesn't actually play a part in holding your breath. It helps produce more oxygenated red blood cells,
Interesting.
which I guess has an effect. But it's like,
Yeah.
I guess we're too far away from like developing gills in a thousand years. But
Yeah.
in large spleens, though,
Yeah.
that's where it's at. That's how we evolve into better fish. Better.
Well, I mean, there are, like, we would never evolve into a fish, but there are aquatic mammals, right? Like they don't have gills; they can just hold their breath a really long time. So maybe they have something similar where like they can pack more oxygen into their blood than like we can.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know enough about biology.
No, I don't know. I just thought that was really interesting. Like, if someone was like, hey, we evolved to breathe better underwater, I'm like, cool, lungs, gills, something.
Yeah.
But they're like, spleens. That's what it is.
People are pointing out other reasons that giraffes have long necks, which is true. I was just trying to use a simplified version of like, here's really, really basic terms how evolution works.
Well, it just doesn't make sense that just like short giraffes just die.
Well, usually the example I like to use more than giraffes is like, let's say you have like a prey creature that's trying to outrun a predator.
Yeah.
And so any ones that are just coincidentally smaller can squeeze into smaller spaces and hide, so they live, right? And the other ones die from the predators. So then the small ones reproduce, and because they are small, they tend to pass the genes along of smaller ones as well. So over time, the average of the species gets slightly smaller than it used to be, and that's kind of like very
I feel like
micro.
evolution is such a sad story, though, because like everyone's out living their life with short necks, and like Bill is born, and Bill has like a slightly longer neck, and Bill is doing great, and then Bill watches all of his friends die from a condition that he had no control over, and he has to just watch everyone die from being short-necked while he goes on alone to live his long neck life until eventually he finds someone else, and then his long neck is passed down. And this just keeps happening until eventually there are no long necks. Rip.
Evolution is usually not quite so instant or dramatic.
No,
it's usually much slower.
Can't teach me otherwise. Alright, this is how I believe it to be now. Alright, but I have more headlines.
Okay, I think we can do one more.
This is not the headline. Oh, I accidentally clicked something else. I sent you a headline that's not the one I wanted.
If the stream suddenly ends, it's because this cat just like threw herself into the cables behind my computer, and they all got unplugged at the same time.
That will one day just happen. We're just gonna have to deal with
probably.
it.
There will be a cat outage at some point.
This one reminds me of our conversation yesterday.
Okay.
So I learned that in 2012, authorities discovered over 1,500 pieces of stolen art valued at 1.3 billion in the Munich apartment of Cornelius Gerlit. Cornelius never held a job and lived alone, surrounded by the art for 40 years. These pieces were to be part of Hitler's Führer Museum.
What does that mean? Like he was collecting them for Hitler? Like this was back
I don't know. They eventually... Well, wait, did Hitler ever get a Führer Museum?
Probably not.
That makes sense. I don't know. I don't know what this means. People just tell me things and I have to make sense of them. But it reminded me that art is fake and nothing is real. Also, there was another really good headline that didn't make it in because I accidentally clicked the wrong thing, apparently.
Oh. Do you remember what it was? You want to just recite headlines from memory for today?
I remember a different one, though.
Okay, go for it. Why not?
Which is that Bill Burr was cast in The Mandalorian as a Star Wars character.
Oh, I saw this one, yeah.
Yeah, because they thought it would be funny since he's been so outspoken about how much Star Wars fans suck.
He did a great job.
Did he?
Yeah.
I haven't seen The Mandalorian.
That whole show was The Mandalorian was great. It was by far the best Star Wars thing I've seen since Star Wars, probably since the first ones. It seemed like the truest.
Such a low bar.
Adaptation of the world that people made. It's like it's a low bar of execution, but like apparently a very unattainable bar of like in concept. It's like somebody. It's weird because literally everybody has a slightly different opinion on all the Star Wars movies.
No, they don't.
They do.
No.
What do you mean?
People either understand that it's bad or they don't.
No, that's 100% not how the Star Wars fan base works. If you listened to any two people talk about Star Wars, I feel like you would know this.
I did once listen to people talk about Star Wars, and this is why I've never done it again.
There is no cohesion anywhere. Everybody who likes Star Wars likes different movies for different reasons, hates all the rest of it, and probably the parts they like too, and doesn't want you to enjoy anything at all.
Ice Arc Sage says, I've never watched anything Star Wars related. Should I?
Yeah, watch it. Just don't go in with anybody else's expectations.
I would only watch The Mandalorian because it sounds like it's the only piece of Star Wars that's good.
It's again, like, it doesn't matter what we tell you, somebody else will tell you something completely different, so just watch the ones that you feel like watching and decide on your own, because There's honestly, everyone hates every Star Wars movie that was made after they were a kid. That's the only pattern. If you were a kid when the movies came out or when the movies already existed, you like those. And if more came out after you grew up, you don't like them anymore. And that's usually how that works. Because there are people who are like, it got bad after once the Ewoks got brought in. And people are like, it got bad once the prequels started. And people are like, the prequels were fine, but it got bad with the new trilogy. Everybody has different opinions. As a writer, I look at all of them and go like, they're all fine, but they all could have been just a little bit to a lot better depending on the movie.
I've talked about this in great detail before, but I don't know if streams ever heard me. But
yeah, that's probably a whole other conversation too, and we're near the end of the show. Well,
I was just going to sum it up. My view on Star Wars
Sure.
was ruined when my brother, who is a huge Star Wars fan, decided to reenact how much he loved the story and told me this great, amazing story of Star Wars and of Luke and Leia and Han Solo and just all of these great characters and all these plots and things that were happening. And then I watched the movie and it sucked because he did a better job describing the element of what Star Wars is supposed to convey better than Star Wars ever did. So
the original Star Wars movie is incredibly historically important to film, and I will always value it for that, even though it objectively doesn't hold up to movies today, but that's because Star Wars set a standard that literally every single movie has built themselves off of since then.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, it's unfair to say that it's bad compared to today, because everybody used it as the starting point to create the amazing media world that we have now.
True.
So, all of big blockbuster fantasy and stuff started with Star Wars. So, but The Mandalorian, I recommend. It's very good. It's
Push the button.
Yeah, push the button. Did we get one submitted already?
I think Puppet Master did submit one, but 2 men, a horse, and a costume has entered the chat only to discuss Star Wars, and I'm here for it. Oh, never mind. They just brought up Game of Thrones.
Okay. Well, we aren't really here for it. We're about to leave.
Well, I mean, I'm here for it in spirit. I'm here for it in support. No, what's the push the button?
I don't actually see one. If anybody has a push the button, feel free to submit it. If not, we can not do one today. Let me see. Oh, you found one?
Master. Yeah, he said, "Here's a stupid push the button, and I will have a better one tomorrow. But you can eliminate any soft drinks you want. But whenever you think about a soft drink, you hear the song Coca-Cola went." I didn't sleep last night.
You having trouble reading?
Coca-Cola went to town. Diet Pepsi shot him down. Dr. Pepper picked him up. Now we're drinking 7-Up. 7-Up got the flu. Now we're drinking Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew fell off a mountain. Now we're drinking from the fountain. Then one day the fountain broke and now we're back to drinking Coke. Okay, so the push the button is you can eliminate any soft drink, but
the push the button is you get to delete Pepsi from existence, but you go insane. Is that what it is? Would you push this button?
Yeah, I would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pepsi shouldn't exist.
All right, fair enough. Oh, I think John just picked up your bag.
Oh, that's nice. Did you put my heating pad in it?
I did.
You're the best.
John's the best. He was the one driving it to Austin.
John's the best. Anyway. Sorry for me today.
That's all right. I think the show went pretty well, all things considered.
The show did its best. Dynamic slightly off, but it's you and it's me and some Swedish fish revenge. All right. But bye, right?
Yeah, I guess. Thanks for joining, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Later tonight is Playing Roles Live with Ian, Ricky, and Rachel. So be sure to tune in for that at 7 p.m. Central Time. And we'll be back tomorrow like this again, probably. So now we're not doing the 50th, so tomorrow is Wednesday, which is right in. So we should pick a prompt real fast.
Let's pick a prompt after. I'll text you something.
Well, okay, I was just going to say it so we could tell people while they're on the show.
Oh, guys, pick a prompt for us.
we need to write in Wednesday prompt for episode 55 tomorrow.
Agreed.
What would be good? What would be good? Let's see. We've done celebrities. We've done.
We could do like
customer service.
We could do like, what's your closest superhero moment?
That could be kind of interesting. Yeah, like.
I guess I'm thinking of like moments in your life where you've done something and you were like, "Whoa,
yeah,
shouldn't have been able to do that."
Yeah, that could be cool.
Weirdest restaurant experience, funny kitchen.
Did you read funny kitchen errors?
Yes.
We can do cooking experiences. I feel like everybody has some kind of severe kitchen screw up.
I'm uninterested in that one. The worst D&D session is kind of interesting.
We could do that. I will say, with asterisk on that one, though, if we do that one, you have to be able to concisely summarize it, because D&D stories get really long really fast.
Yeah. You can do, like, 5 sentences.
It's got to be, like, a paragraph, yeah. I'd be okay doing D&D stories. I mean, like, D&D stories never run out, so that's probably one we can, like, repeat on like, we can do multiple ones easily, but it's got to be, like, one paragraph, or we'll never be able to get through
what's your weird birth defect? And now I'm curious to know what's up with Devin.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm curious to know what Devin's is.
Devin, you all right?
Should we just do some D&D stories? Should we just try D&D?
I like D&D. D&D sounds good.
Let's do some D&D. Yeah, if it works out, we can do more of those in the future too. Okay, so tomorrow's write-in will be D&D stories, but again, one paragraph long. So condense them if they're long.
Let's hear them.
And we'll read those off on the show tomorrow for Write-In Wednesday. Tweet it at Doormonster with hashtag OKWe'reUp spelled out. And we'll also post a Discord prompt tomorrow morning. So,
sounds good.
Thank you guys for joining. We'll see you tomorrow. Allison, I'll call you back on a different computer after this.
Sounds good. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.